Hello, my name is David. I'm the literacy educator at the Carle Museum of Picture Book Art. Thank you so much for joining Storytime with the Carle, our weekly read aloud series. Today, we'll be reading a beautiful new book called Outside Inside by LeUyen Pham. Big thanks to LeUyen and Roaring Book Press and Macmillan Publishing for giving us permission to share this really powerful new book. It's been a very strange, very difficult year. Last March, as you all remember, something strange and very scary started happening. People all over the world started getting sick from a virus called COVID. And unfortunately, people are still getting sick. And because of this, we've all been spending a lot of time inside and far away from other people, even people that we love dearly, like friends and family. This has not been easy, right? We've all been trying to figure out how to deal with this in different ways. And this book is about some of the ways that we've all grown and the ways that we've come together to help each other during this very difficult time. On the cover, we see a child and a cat looking out their window. Sometimes I look out my window when I really want to go outside. Do you ever do that? Outside Inside by LeUyen Pham. On our front end papers, we see the child and the cat from the front inside, snuggling and giving each other a really big hug. Let's all give ourselves a really big hug. Give yourself a squeeze. Oh, that feels so good. If at any moment during this book you feel like you really need to give a hug, to give yourself a hug, go for it. On our title page, there we see the child and the cat still getting very cuddly by the window next to lots of big, beautiful plants. Outside Inside by LeUyen Pham. Oh, there's our friendly black cat again. This cat is a little bit tricky. It's a little tricky. It likes to sneak outside and go lots of places. So as we read, keep your eye out and see if you can find this black cat hiding on each page. Something strange happened on an unremarkable day just before the season changed. Can you find the cat? There it is, sitting on the stoop of the building. Oh, and there's the child carrying a big plant home. What else do we see happening? There's so many people outside going for walks, walking their dogs, driving in cars, riding on scooters and bikes and taking the bus. There's so much action. Everybody who was outside, where did all the people go? They went inside. Did the cat go inside? There's the cat outside in the street. Now we see more people going home and heading into their houses. Everyone, everywhere, all over the world. Everyone just went inside, shut their doors, and waited You see the cat? There's the cat sitting on the roof, looking in at the child in the window. Well, almost everyone. Who do we see outside? Still lots of people, right? We see, oh, there's the cat. We see ambulance drivers. We see police officers. We see mail carriers and firefighters. All these people working so hard to do really important work. Some people needed to be where they needed to be. Where are they? Yeah, we see lots of doctors and nurses really busy doing work in the hospital, taking care of patients who are sick. Outside, the sky was quiet, but the wind still blew and birds kept singing. Raccoons came out. Where are the raccoons? Playing on the roof. And squirrels played in the street, but the cars stayed away. The world felt a little different. You see the cat? It is, visiting another child in their window. What have you all been doing inside? Inside, we baked and cooked, made music and watched TV. We read and played games. Some of us worked a little, some of us worked a lot, and some of us couldn't work at all. We all felt a little different. Outside, there were fences, both real and pretend. Swings sat still, and slides were lonely. Bells didn't ring, and halls were empty. We had birthdays without parties. You see, there's a car driving by the house, and the people are saying, "Happy birthday!" Shared words without sounds. You see lots of signs on the lawn and in the windows of the homes. And reached each other without touching. The world was changing a tiny bit outside. Oh, what's the cat doing? You see the cat chasing after the kid who's learning to ride their bike. Inside, we waited and we worried. We laughed and we cried. And we tried to breathe. We made things together and did things alone. We hoped and prayed and wished. We were all changing a tiny bit inside. There's the cat creeping along. Where'd the cat go? Outside again, sitting on the windowsill. Outside, the world kept growing. What do we see that's growing? Yeah, lots of plants and trees and beautiful butterflies. Let's make our arms grow into butterfly wings and flap them. Flap, flap. And can you land on a flower and close your wings? Inside, we kept growing too. You see there's a dad measuring how tall this kid has gotten. Look how tall they've grown. We see lots of beautiful drawings and paintings and photographs inside the home. So why did we all go inside? That's a great question. Well, there were lots of reasons, but mostly because everyone knew it was the right thing to do. It's been really hard staying inside and being far away from others, right? But we're doing it to try to protect each other and keep each other safe, right? On the outside, we are all different. What do you see that's different about the people on this page? Some live in short houses. Some live in really tall houses. Some have long, straight, dark hair. Some have short, curly red hair. Some have light skin. Some have darker skin. On the outside, we are all different. But on the inside, we are all the same. What do you see that's the same about all these people? They all have hearts. Yeah, can you use your hands to make a heart? Yes, we all have hearts. All right, on three, let's blow our hearts and share our love with each other. 1, 2, 3. Your hearts have flown into the book and onto the next page. Now what do we see the kid and the child doing? Watering their plants, yeah. But we remembered that soon the plants have grown so much and blossomed into flowers inside. And outside. What do we see happening outside? Yeah, we see people walking and playing and sitting in the flowers together and giving each other really big hugs. And looking really happy. And on the end papers in the back, we see the child and the cat running outside together, smiling so big and looking so happy. That final image of everyone outside together makes me feel so many different things. It makes me feel kind of sad and frustrated because it doesn't seem like we can still do that, right? It still feels like people are getting sick and we can't go outside. But it also makes me feel happy and hopeful, imagining that day when we'll all get to be together again. That day will come, I know it. In the back of this book, there's a really beautiful author note by the creator of this book, LeUyen Pham. And she writes, nearly every face painted in this book is inspired by a real person, from people in the news to family, friends, and neighbors. Knowing that every character is based on someone real gives me both joy and pain. She also writes, this book is humbly and gratefully dedicated to those first responders and essential workers whose sacrifices and dedication to life is immeasurable. The world is in your debt. Those are really beautiful words by LeUyen Pham. To learn more about LeUyen's inspiration and process for creating this really beautiful new book, Tune in this Friday for our We Heart Books and Art interview with her. On behalf of everyone at the Carle, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your stories. We hope you'll join us for our next story time. In the meantime, continue growing and being patient and strong and taking care of one another.